Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. One of my favorite magazines is Reason, uh, and its lead editorial is one that was an eye-opener for me, and I thought I would read it to you. I don't normally do that. I'm going to read I'm going to read you roughly half of it because there are a bunch of details not so good to make you listen to too much, but I promise all the important stuff is in there. It's called "Plastics Are Better for the Climate." Plastics are the new coal, declares Beyond Plastics. Pollution from the plastics industry is a major force behind the heating of the planet, reports The Hill. The Natural Resources Defense Council says reducing plastic production is critical to combating climate change. End quote. Producing plastics from fossil fuels emits a lot of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which contributes to warming the planet. An April study by researchers at the U.S. Department of Energy's Lawrence Berkeley National Lab estimates that in 2019, quote, global production of primary plastics generated 2.24 gigatons of carbon dioxide equivalent, end quote, which represents 5.3% of total global greenhouse gas emissions. So switching to plastic alternatives would help slow man-made global warming, right? Not so fast, says a new study in Environmental Study and Technology Journal, which finds that, quote, replacing plastics with alternatives is worse for greenhouse gas emissions in most cases, end quote. The European researchers report that, quote, in 15 of the 16 applications, a plastic product incurs fewer greenhouse gas emissions than their alternatives, end quote. The researchers considered emissions from production, transportation, use, and end-of-life disposal, including landfilling, incineration, recycling, and reuse. Calculating the product life cycles, plastic products release 10% to 90% fewer emissions than do plausible alternatives, often because it takes less energy to make and transport them. Take the perennial plastic versus paper conundrum about grocery bags. In the U.S., more than 500 cities and 12 states have banned plastic grocery bags. However, the researchers find that plastic grocery bags emit 80% fewer greenhouse gases than paper bags. Producing paper bags emits 3 times the greenhouse gases of plastic ones, and transportation emissions are higher because paper bags weigh 6 times more than plastic bags. Additionally, paper bags emit global warming methane as they rot in landfills. In municipal construction, polyvinyl chloride PVC sewer pipes are compared to pipes made with concrete and ductile iron. PVC pipes emit 45% fewer greenhouse gases than concrete pipes do, and 35% less than iron pipes. In residential construction, pipes made with PVC, the most widely used commodity plastic, are marginally better than even copper pipes, emitting 3% fewer greenhouse gases. Plastic dining sets produce 50% fewer emissions than do wooden ones due to differences in raw materials, manufacturing, transport, and weight. High-density polyethylene automobile fuel tanks weigh so much less than steel ones do that the amount of fuel savings over their lifetime amount to 90% fewer greenhouse gas emissions. Polyethylene terephthalate nylon carpets or Dacron carpets, emit 80% fewer greenhouse gases than wool carpets do. Conventional alternatives for current plastics are generally a lot worse with respect to greenhouse gas emissions, the study suggests. The researchers conclude that, quote, any action taken or policy employed to reduce the impact of plastics needs to be examined carefully to make sure the greenhouse gas emissions are not unintentionally increased through a shift to more emission-intensive alternative materials. As the debate over plastics and their alternatives continues, it is crucial to consider the full environmental impact of our choices and embrace innovations that actually reduce greenhouse gas emissions and protect our planet. Anyway, that's called Plastics Are Better for the Climate, written by Ronald Bailey. The cover story of the new issue of Reason magazine. In any event, I too thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 34 books. Probably the one most relevant to this is A Dose of Reality. But all 34 are on Amazon. Just go there, search on my name, Marty Nemko, Nemko, and you will find more than you can stomach. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.